Hey guys, what's up? Travis from Teamyts here for another quick deck profile video. I had a lot of requests this week for deck profiles, so I'm trying to get them all nailed out at once. If you're wondering why there's like 3 up already, this is going to be a coverage deck profile, an update for a previous deck I've been covering, and also a start of a new segment I'm going to be starting called On a Budget, Good Decks for the Budget Player. And I'm going to cover the Photon Drain deck list. And where I do have like higher rarities of certain cards, I can assure you this deck will not, it shouldn't really take you over at least $50 at the most, maybe 60 at the very most. And for a budget player, that's really, really good. Anyway, I'm just going to cover this real quick. This is the updated version of it, and I didn't add in cards. Like normally I would add in some other cards, so this isn't my actual Photon Drain, I should say, but this is a budget version that works just as well, and it doesn't really suck. And it's also an update. So I'm gonna get into this. You have 2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons. 3's too many. I have Ghost Rares. All right, you can see their Galaxy Eyes right here. I have Ghost Rares because I'm a shiny person. I love my Ghost Rares, especially of cool looking cards like this. But these come as the cheapest. These come are in tins, and you can pick these up off people because they'll have like the tin versions just lying around or something. You can pick them up for like a couple bucks. So they're not gonna cost you much of anything. The Ghost Rares, however, probably will. So anyway, moving on. Photon Thrashers. Another card that's probably just lying around somewhere. If you go to a local, like some of the ones that I've been to that give out like Order of Chaos packs or whatnot, they'll just leave these things lying around. Like you could probably find these on the table. Like they're really good cards. People know they're good cards, but they're rares. Nobody really wants to hold on to a bunch of rares, especially if you're like us who buy like cases at a time. So anyway, Photon Thrasher, and he's like a 2100 beater. He's an easy special summon. So really good in this deck. He also helps get your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon out. 2 Photon Crusher. It's a common, couple cents. It's a 2000 beater. 2 Thunder King Ryo. These used to be hard to get as far as like money was concerned. You can get these now out of Raw Yellow Mega Pack, and they drop out of these packs like candy. So like you can probably pick these up for about $5 a piece at the most. And you don't really need to get them, but I would suggest it because they are good cards that make the deck worth it. So like I said, $5 a piece now for Ryos. That's really good, especially since when I picked mine up, they were like, I picked up my gold rares when they were like 15 a piece. So, yeah. 1 Honest. He's a common. You can get him out of the Fairy Structure deck, and he's like a couple cents if you pick it up off of like somebody. 3 Photon Saber Tigers. I think I've seen people getting rid of these for like $5 a piece. Not really that big of a deal. Some people you can even trade, or they'll even just like cut you a deal on them because they're not really used in much right now. So 2 Photon Lizards. You can play 3 if you'd like. I chose to cut this down to 2 for this build because I think 3 is a little bit too cloggy, and it's a good card, but you do need to waste the normal summon on it. So 2 Lizards instead of 3, and also since I have the dragons in there now, the Galaxy Eyes. On to spells, you still need to play 3 Photon Trident. This card is like the Gemini Spark of this deck. It's disgusting. You use it during the damage step, destroy their back rows, and just laugh at them. And your monster gets piercing and plus 700 attack. So, all in all, good card. 2 Potted Duality. Dualities, once again, yeah, they run for about like $7 or $8, but you can get them off people fairly easily nowadays. So, Potted Duality. 1 Photon Sanctuary. This is a brand new card out of those new collector's tins. The tins themselves are like, Konami sells them at like $10 a piece. My card shop sells them at like $8. So, and these things, like, they come out of those things like candy. Like, you could probably buy like 2, if not just 1, and pull one of these. And you really only need 1. It's a good card. It's just a backup for getting Galaxy Eyes, because it gives you 2 tokens with 2000 attack. they can't attack, and you can't summon monsters other than light monsters, but this deck runs nothing but light monsters, so this really doesn't affect you. And then Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is a special summon itself, so you can special summon Galaxy Eyes by tributing both of these tokens for it. So, and then you can still use your normal summon for the turn, and you're not breaking the rules of the card because they're all light types. So, yeah, pick this up. Just one copy. You can pick up two if you really want. It doesn't matter. One Future Fusion. It's a backup drive for the deck. Use it to make the deck's only fusion monster, which is... where did I put it? This one. Twin Photon Lizard. This card is like a couple dollars, too, because people really don't want it. It's one of those ultras that are very common in the set, and people just don't want them. You can tribute this face-up card on the field to special summon from your graveyard both of the fusion material monsters used for the fusion summon of this card. So, you play this, you dump the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons out of your deck, get them out of there so you don't draw into them, unless you have a Photon Sanctuary, then you would dump maybe one dragon and like some other Photon monster. And 2 turns later, if you actually get this out, it's going to be big monsters all over the place. So, if you don't, it doesn't matter. It helps get the big monsters out of the deck so you don't draw them and thin the deck. So, it's not really like a main focus of the deck. It's just an extra option. One Reinforcement of the Army. This is a gold rare one. You can get a common one out of structure decks or even common bins for like a couple cents. Book of Moon's the same way. You can get them for like a couple cents or $1 at the very most because they just got reprinted in the recent structure deck. One Monster Reborn. It's another common staple. Dark Hole is another common staple. Avarice. This is a gold rare. You can get common ones out of structure decks very easily for a couple cents or a common bin or whatever for like $1 at most. 2 MSTs, common staples, should be a couple cents. Skill Drains. Skill Drains should cost you no more than like $1 or $2 at most. And you need them for this deck to get rid of like some of the negative effects that photons have. They're not too negative, but they do kind of slow the deck down, and this kind of makes them go away. So, yeah. And then it also fucks up your opponent. I can't forget the most important part of Skill Drain is to fuck up your opponent. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, common staples. They get rid of a lot of good stuff, and they're great. Deep Prisons got reprinted in Dimensional Prison, got reprinted in Rael Omega Pack, and we bought a box of it, and it's still kind of a lot of money to buy a box of it. It's like $75 a box at our card shop. And we pulled 2 of them out of there, and I've seen other people pull like 3 to 4 or more, but you're not guaranteed it, so these are good replacements that cost you a couple cents if you're on a budget. 2 Solemn Warnings. Once again, the other tin promo. Cost you about $7-8 a piece at the very most. And if you can't get warnings, play compulses because they're just as good. 1 Solemn Judgment because it's really good and it's common staple and it's a couple cents to $1. What's this? The Huge Revolution is over. It's better than Starlight Road because it's a counter trap. It banishes the card that you negate, and it works just like Starlight Road, except they can't negate it with Solemn Warning because it doesn't attempt a special summon. 1 Torrential Tribute. This is a rare, but they come as common. Common staple, a couple cents. And Mirror Force, common staple, a couple cents. So, that's the deck, guys. And I'm going to cover a few of the, easy to get extra deck cards that you can use that will help you out. Obviously, this card's one of them. For the Future Fusion, rank 3s, Leviathan Dragon. It's one of the tin promos and also comes with like Pot of Duality, or I believe this one came with Pot of Duality. This is an ultra, but they come as tin. Giga Brilliant. He's a couple dollars. Really good card to help beef up your monsters. Another rank 3 Xyz. Acid Golem of Destruction. I'm saying this now, you would have to pick these up like soon. Like go to your grocery store or Walmart or somewhere around there. Pick up a Shonen Jump for $5 and you're guaranteed one of these. As long as, some dumbass didn't steal the card out of it, so you might want to make sure they didn't, because people do that because it's easy. Anyway, back to this. Acid Golem is a very good monster for this deck, and especially this deck, because of skill drain, and it takes away the negative effect. So it's really good. Blade Armor Ninja. Most of the level 4s in there are warriors, so you can make this. It's a double, and it can double attack, and it can do a maximum of 4,400 damage in a turn. So it's really good. And then Utopia, which is a starter deck card. It's about to be reprinted again in another starter deck that's coming out soon. So he should be very easy to get. So guys, that's my update on Photon Drain. It may not be the one that you guys were expecting, but just think of it this way, guys. If you were expecting a different version of Photon Drain, like my version, just picture like more deep prisons and expensive crap in it, like Fiendish Chains and stuff. So, but this is the budget version and this is the first deck I'm going to cover for the budget deck for a budget player. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped. I hope some of you guys that, couldn't afford the game before can probably afford it now, because I know $60 is a lot of money, $50 is a lot of money, whatever, somewhere around there. But it's worth it to, if you really want to play this game. That's about as cheap as you can get to build a deck. Because if you think about it, when you go to a store and you pay like $10 per structure deck to get like 3 of them, so you get multiple cards for it, you're already blowing $30 there. And then if you want to pick up like the staples and stuff, it's going to cost you about another $20 or something. So there's $50 right there. Like, you're going to be spending the same amount, but you're going to get something better out of this that's not so, like, restricted. So, and this is anti-meta, technically, so it has a better chance of beating shit than, like, Chaos Dragon would, like, without the staples and shit. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps out. Remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. So, yeah. This has been Travis from Teamyts, and I'll see you later, guys.